This is the Bob Ryan and Jeff Goodman podcast.
NBA, some college, a little bit of everything.
You know, what can I say? But it wasn't going to happen here with him. I was okay with it because it wasn't about talent, I didn't think.
Whoever buys the team. Now, Wick is going to stay on until he's probably 64, 65. I'm ballparking there until the sale is complete. Now, I have a lot of thoughts about this. So I'm going to break it down and tell you how I understand the ownership group. You have Wick Grousbeck, you have Irv Grousbeck, who is a very important part of this equation. Okay?
Yep.
And Steve Paliuca. Then you have the Abbey group. Shout out to Bobby and Dave Epstein and Eric Swenson. So you have that group. So those are the four major partners. Then you have all the other guys filling in the blanks, right? But the Grousbecks are basically the majority owners because it's father and son. And Wick wanted to buy the team. And, you know, his father's a brilliant businessman. Wick's a smart guy. So the two together started the process. Then they brought in Pags and they brought in the Abbey group because I know that the Epsteins were interested in buying and so forth. So, you know, Irv is a self-made billionaire and has taught in the Ivy Leagues. He's taught at Stanford. And I have to believe that he and Wick, this is my opinion, had this strategy that, like, look, and when they talk about the trust and all that, the family trust, that's real. Okay, that's real stuff, right? And when you're talking about a lot of money. So sure. I think when they also took a page out of Mark Cuban's book, they look at what Cuban did.
Yeah.
Right? Because they said, okay, you know, Wick says I can run the team till I'm in my mid-60s, which is great. I won 2 championships. Financially, this could become a problem for us because let's face it, Jeff, owning a sports franchise now, you got to be Bill Gates. I mean, you know, so I think it makes complete sense.
Well,
I think that, now? And I think it makes complete sense.
Can I push back? And
sure.
I don't know the answer. You may not know the answer to this, but he's 63 years old, Wick. He is a fan. He's a fanboy. Make no mistake, he is a fanboy.
No question. I think that's what makes him a good owner.
Agreed. I mean, listen, I think what made him a good owner was hiring Danny Ainge because
same thing he had to do. He had to make the move, but none.
Totally. But again, Danny Ainge was the one who hired Brad Stevens.
Correct.
Danny Ainge was probably the one, my guess is, who kind of made the decision that, hey, Brad Stevens will be a good GM. Right? Like, let's face it, that wasn't Wick. That had to be Danny Ainge telling Wick, hey, listen,
sure,
this is the right move to make now. Go get a new coach, put Brad in the GM role. He'll be great. And in turn, I'm going to go to Utah.
But a good owner listens to his people.
Totally. No, I'm all for it. He made some really good decisions here and honestly didn't micromanage and let Danny and Brad do their thing. My question to you is like, okay, are they doing it now because they feel like now's the ceiling for right now to make all this money? Like you're gonna sell it, you're gonna make huge money. You're still gonna be involved. You're not gonna be the majority guy, and maybe it just takes, I guess, some of the things that you have to do off your plate as you get into your mid-60s and you can enjoy life. Like I can't comprehend that part of it because they're at the top right now. Why would you sell when you have a chance to win a couple more titles over these next couple of years, Gary, and be like the hero around here and be, revered even more than you're revered right now?
I don't think Wick's age has anything to do with it. I don't think Wick has anything to do with it. And this isn't any disrespect to Wick. I think it's all about Irv Grousbeck. He's 89 years old.
Okay. So you think it's his decision?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to make it sound like Wick is like, daddy's boy and all that, because he's taken some unfair crap on that.
Sure.
This deal doesn't go down without Irv.
No question.
Okay,
no question.
Irv comes in and Wick, they buy the team. Yeah. Wick has been an amazing owner. I want to be clear. He's been an amazing owner.
You think Dad just said, hey, listen, I'm going to bankroll most of this deal, and I'm going to let you run things. I don't
know. Well, see, again, I don't want to make Wick sound like he's Richie Rich, because I think Wick, I don't want that to happen, because Wick's pissed at me enough as it is. I mean,
listen, it doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter, but I don't want to make it sound like that. Look, Irv Grousbeck was one of the founders of cable television.
Yeah.
He made a gazillion dollars. Okay, so if Wick is born like you and I, right, he doesn't buy the Celtics. Now, what Wick did is Wick put together a terrific ownership group. He put together a terrific management team. He put the right people in place. They could have won 3 or 4 championships, right? If Kyrie works out, if Garnett doesn't get hurt. Okay, so there could have been more. So what I'm saying is, if you take a look at what happened, oh God, I just blanked. The richest man in the world. God, he just at 93.
Warren Buffett?
Warren Buffett. God, thank you. Warren Buffett just said 99% of my inheritance is going to go to charity, and my kids are going to run the foundation. So that means the 3 kids get the 1%, which I'm sure is plenty to live on, right? So fine. I think at 89 years old, Irv Grousbeck, the financial guys, they come around, they say, look, we got to make this work, else it could be a financial nightmare for the family.
Oh, so you think that may have been here?
That's what I think it is.
Like, get your finances in order before you go.
Right.
You're 89. Let's sell the team. That way you can, I don't know, how many kids does he have? Do you know?
No, just Wick.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah,
just
and
Wick.
I think Wick's got 2. So the point is that.
So why do you have to worry about it? If you only got 1 kid, why do you have to worry about it?
I don't know, but when you put in the press release, the trust and future considerations, Jeff, I don't understand the numbers, man. I mean, but when you put in the trust and when you put words like trust and will and family considerations, that has to be part of it. I feel like, why couldn't Wick have said to his dad, hey, listen, give me 2 more years here. We can win 2 more titles. Let me enjoy this as the, I don't know.
Why now? Why now instead of when the window starts to close, which I'm not sure it'll even close in 2 years.
Well, I think right now they probably look at it as a business decision, and they say the price of the team will never be higher.
But it will. It will.
Well,
It'll still be higher.
Well, that's what they say, but they've won a championship. They're coming off a championship. They have young players, and Wick gets to run it until 2028.
Even if it doesn't, again, I think he'll be involved, just like Mark Cuban's involved after, selling 73% of the Mavs. Like, it's not like Mark Cuban's not going to be sitting behind the bench still. He's still going to be sitting behind the bench and have a say and still own a portion of the team. But it's different. It's different when you are the guy. Wick has been the guy for a long time here. And I just don't understand why you would give it up now as opposed to waiting a couple more years. Again, Dad is 89. So you don't think Dad is enjoying this too?
I think Dad is driven by the numbers. And I think the numbers tell them to sell now. Now, that's what I think. And again, that is no disrespect to Wick, because what you're saying is correct. I think Wick loves being the owner. I think I think that's why he's a great owner. Look, if you're going to own a team, to me, you got to be like Cuban. You got to be like Robert Kraft. For a while, John Henry was all in. Now, who knows? You got to be all in.
No. Now we know. Not who knows. Now we know.
Now we know. I mean, but to me, you want to be all in. You want to win. And even if you're silent and you're in the backgrounds, it's all about. I mean, like, hey. Wick said it. The Red Sox are cutting back, and we said, no, we're going forward. Now, we do know that they're going forward, but somebody else is going to have to pay the bill. Game Time is the authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer it gets to the first pitch. So it's really easy. Just download the Game Time app. Okay, now to me right now, the Red Sox are the ticket you want. So go to a Red Sox game. There's nothing better than going to Fenway Park or going to a baseball game, period. So what you do is you download the Game Time app, create an account, use code CLNS for $20 off of your first purchase. Again, redeem the code CLNS for $20 off. Terms apply. Create an account and redeem the code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
Here's my idea. I think I have the perfect guy to be involved in the next ownership.
That's good, and I hope it's not John Henry because he's sniffing.
Bob Ryan. I think we need to get Bob Ryan involved. It might be a minority stake. I think he's saved his shekels over the years. I think Bob Ryan might have, like, under his bed millions of dollars from all his Around the Horn appearances, from all his Boston Globe columns. There might be a million, couple million. I don't know how many million.
He hasn't spent
a lot more than that. We know that.
He hasn't spent it on clothes because it's the standard. It's the standard navy blue blazer, light blue shirt, slacks, or some T-shirt that somebody gave him.
I think somebody, though, whoever buys the Celtics, should just throw Bob Ryan a bone and give him, like, put him on the list of owners.
Put him on the list of the 100 owners.
Put him last, but put Bob Ryan on the list of ownership in the ownership group. How cool would that be? Well,
the concern right now is whoever buys it, will they have the same emotional investment as the Grousbecks?
No, probably not.
Probably not, because they did. I mean, and look, Wick deserves, as does Pags and everybody else, but Wick, if you're a fan, you should have nothing but praise for Wick Grousbeck. And look, Wick is an emotional guy. He's been mad at me. He's probably been mad at you. He gets angry with the media. He defends his guys. Yeah. Wick Grousbeck is everything.
They got mad at me. They used to get mad at me, both he and Pagliuca, when I would hammer Rondo. I think that was right.
Yeah, Rondo. Yeah,
they were not happy with me.
They were not happy with that. But that's what you want in an owner. I mean, Wick Grousbeck is everything you want in an owner. So to sum it up, my feeling, this is a business move driven by Irv and the family. And that, again, that's no disrespect to Wick. I just think that, and I think that probably that's one of the reasons he's sticking around. I mean, he's going to get to enjoy this until 2028. Yes. And I think that what we're looking at is it's very hard for a family to own a sports franchise now. It's just, I mean, what did you see we're talking about billions of dollars.
Yeah.
I mean, he bought it for $360 million and they're going to sell it for $5 billion or something, $6 billion, $7 billion. Look at the Krafts have done. They said Robert Kraft overpaid for the Patriots. Now it's worth $5 billion. So, unless you're Buffett or unless you're Gates, that's a big nut, man. Even if you're a part owner. But that's what I think. I think it's driven by the numbers, and I think Irv has a lot to do with it.